What's up guys, it's Meg. Welcome back to Meg After Dark. Today I am talking about the latest Walking Dead. Season 9 episode 13, Choke Point, was on last night. It was an awesome episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Before we get started with the review, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys. I don't know if you know how much you guys mean to me. I have some serious anxiety problems. I used to have depression and anxiety, and my depression hits me every once in a while, but my anxiety is like hardcore every single day dealing with it. And so I just want to say thank you because you guys have been so positive and so like enthusiastic about my videos and just like uplifting, and the comments you guys leave are so nice and sweet all the time. Even if you disagree with me, you're still like nice about it. And I think this second half of season 9 that we're watching right now has been like the best interactions with you guys on my channel like so far, because everyone's just been like really kind and like loving and sweet and thoughtful, even though we may not agree on everything like show wise. I appreciate you guys so much, and I have such a hard time doing these reviews. Like, I don't know if you guys realize that, but I have to really like talk myself up to, I don't know if that's the right phrase to say, but I have to like really like work myself up to filming these, and I am so like just nervous. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, but I think my audience has grown a little bit over the last year, and even though I count you guys all as like my friends, and a lot of you have been here for a really long time, it somehow feels different filming a review now. And I think maybe, I don't even know if it's like just having so many of you guys. I feel like it's just my anxiety is like out of control right now. And so just trying to film like in front of my camera, I'm like, there's so many people watching. There's like almost 5,000 of you out there. We're getting really close to 5,000 though, which is like really exciting and like scary at the same time. But I'm just like, I just get really nervous talking to you guys. And I don't know why, because it didn't used to be this hard, I feel like. And so now I just feel like I'm standing in front of a huge crowd of people talking, and it's like, I like feel like I'm choking up. Anyways, all of that to say thank you. I really appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch these reviews. Those of you who do, these reviews get like significantly less views than the reactions, which is totally understandable because reactions are like a huge thing, and I ramble a lot, and reviews are not everybody wants reviews. So those of you who do watch, there's like a few hundred that watch every single time. I love you guys. Thank you. It means so much to me to like take the time that I do to like work myself up to making these videos, to know that like you are still enjoying them. So 3.5 minutes in, and I haven't even started the review yet. Sorry about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's start out with this episode. It was so good. Totally, this highwayman thing threw me off. I was not expecting it at all. I guess in the back of my head, I was thinking maybe the whispers had something to do with the signs. But then when I saw the preview for the episode this week, I was really confused because I guess because I've read the comics, and the whispers were such a big deal that there was never another dangerous group out there. And so I loved that like we went into this episode thinking like, oh my god, there's some more bad guys. Like not only do we have whispers, but we have these highwaymen, and we start off the episode like with their like ransom note, you know, and their demands, and then even when Carol and like Ezekiel and everybody are scoping them out, I still like had this fear of like, oh my god, we do not need more bad guys at this point. We don't need any more conflict than we already have. It's already bad enough. But I really loved how the whole thing ended. And in the comics, which this is not a spoiler or anything, it's just like a note about the comics, after the time jump and everything that we just had in the show, in the comics, they do patrols on the highways, you know, to make sure like it's actual members of the community on horseback, like basically keeping the highways clear like constantly to all the communities. So in the show so far, you know, we've had the time jump in the show and we didn't really hear about anything like that. And so I think this is kind of just like an interesting turn of, or twist from the comics, having this group of like potential bad guys then become good guys. Like, oh, we could win them over with a movie and like access to the kingdom and the fair. And I don't know, I just thought it was really cool how it turned out, and I was happy that like there wasn't more conflict. I loved that Carol kind of read the situation and knew, like, I feel like it was kind of comical how they were dressed up, right? So if you look at them, you see all the stuff that they were hoarding when you go in there, and then like one of them was, well, the main guy was like this cowboy dude, and then the other guy had like this kind of like Civil War reenactor like uniform thing on, and they just looked like really funny. And then of course there was like this Western music, you know, like showdown Western music playing in the background, which like totally added to the episode. But I like that we were bringing in, you know, like that aspect of the comics, but like in a different way. I always love to see how they twist up the comics. More seriously, most of the episode was about Connie and Daryl and Lydia and Henry, and how they're like, you know, they're being essentially tracked down by Beta and a few other Whisperers, and how they like have to confront them. And I loved seeing that Daryl was so confident going into the fight, where he's like, Beta's their best fighter, okay, we'll kill him first. Like it was gonna be so easy. And you know, Daryl's never really like met his match like that before. So he's obviously like, I don't really think he's like that cocky of a dude, but I think he's more like, he's confident in his skills. Like he's a good fighter, he's a good tracker. He, you know, he can shoot his bow pretty good, you know? So he's just like, he knows what's up. But I don't think he's ever met anyone like Daryl before. I mean, like Beta, excuse me, like Beta, I got distracted by my phone right here. He's never met anyone like Beta before. So seeing that, like my favorite part of like that whole fight scene was when Beta comes like running through like the plastic, and he fucking just bear hugs Daryl and like lifts him up and throws him down. And the look on Daryl's face is just like, the fuck just happened to me? Like, whoa. Like in that moment he knew that he was like completely fucked, and he was gonna have to like scramble to survive. And you see him like, he is just totally taken off guard, and he's like scrambling for the piece of like plywood, like any weapon whatsoever, because he was just, I don't think that he was expecting that like him to be that good. And the fact that he just like fucking picked his ass up and threw him down, and then he did it like 2 more times where he picked him up and, you know, like threw him down or pushed him around or something. And every strike that Daryl tried to do, like with his knife or anything, like nothing was connecting. And so he was, I mean, it was a real fight for survival. I do think that I enjoyed the episode more because I knew in my mind, like not because I read spoilers or anything, but just because if you've been watching this show long enough, you know like when they're really not gonna kill off a character. So I knew that they were not gonna kill off Daryl or Beta at this point. So it was more fun to watch and entertaining than if I had like been unsure whether or not Daryl was gonna die. Then I would have been like really like way more nervous. But I really enjoyed it. It was good, and I liked that I was confident that nobody was gonna die, because I felt like more at ease watching it. Like it was humorous. I love that they let Daryl win in the end, because I was like, knowing that they weren't gonna kill either of them, I was kind of like, well, how is this fight gonna end then? You know, because obviously they're both fighting to the death. You know, they want each other dead. Beta wants Lydia back, like, you know. they're trying to kill each other. So I thought it was really awesome that they kind of let Daryl win. And they think that Maida's dead, only to find out that he's gonna show up again, which I think is gonna be pretty fucking shocking for Daryl to see. Can we talk about the Connie and Daryl equals Donnie duo here? The ship that I am willingly jumping onto. I have never liked a ship as much as I like Connie and Daryl right now. I'm here for it. I am, because they're so, I love that they're just so equal, and like she's so smart and she's like on his level, but like I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. I just enjoy it so much. Like she challenges him, because like when she like knows that she's right, like she stands up to him and challenges him, which he's not really like, you know, he's been, if you think about it, he's been alone for a while because he was living out on his own, looking for Rick for like how many of all of those years, all 6 years of the time jump, something like that. So he's been kind of doing his own thing for a while, and he didn't want her to come along, and she decided to come along anyways. And he notices that she's really smart, and she challenges him, and she gets like, they're on the same level as far as like strategy goes, and just, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's into it, but I think he's into it. So I'm kind of like, I don't really want any like big romance for him or anything. Like I know people, I've never been like a big shipper in this thing at all, but I do like the idea of him finally having some kind of companion after all of this time, because lots of people have had relationships like come and go, and people have died and things have worked out, and you just like never see that for Daryl, because it never made sense, because you know, he just like, he's kind of, for the longest time, has been like a broken person, and I don't think he really like is capable of that. But finally having someone who's really like on his level and gets it, like I'm interested. Okay, that's enough, because I know half of you are like rolling your eyes right now because you don't want to hear it. But I'm here for it, you know, and even if they end up just being friends, like I'm okay with it. I really like the idea of them. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm jumping on that bandwagon. What else? What else? I feel like that's it for the review. I really enjoyed this episode. It was so fun. And nobody died, so we can rejoice. We know that's coming soon. I really liked I've only watched one of the previews for next week's episode, but I guess I didn't realize that Daryl was going to Alexandria with Lydia and Henry. So I guess that's probably the closest place for Henry to get his leg fixed up. I just was not like, I was not expecting that. So that'll be interesting to see like what Michonne says. But it's leading into next episode telling us what happened. So I do kind of like how they've segued us into getting these flashbacks for what happened in the 6-year time gap. Like what happened between Daryl and Michonne, and why do they have these scars? Does anybody else have scars? Like I'm pretty excited for that, to find out, because I kind of feel like that episode is going to be completely like full of like flashbacks or storytelling or something like that. And I'm just like, I can't even imagine what could have happened. Like I've been trying to kind of go over like, what do I think could have happened in the time gap? Like what could those scars be? Like it sounds like they've done some pretty bad shit. But I just can't even begin to come up with anything. So I'm really excited for the episode next week. Okay, guys, that's it for this review. Let me know what you thought of it. What did you think of the episode? There's a chair right behind me, and when I backed up real fast, I hit the chair and I thought there was a person behind me. That scared me. Do you guys like that lamp back there? It broke. And I'm too cheap to go get another one. Okay, you guys, I love you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Take care. Bye.